Oh, there she is. Good morning, Kelly. Do you want to share how your hour
I
was?
think you're asking me how my time went. You guys are like frozen sometimes.
Where are you? It looks foggy out.
Um, so I woke up and I did my acknowledgments and my gratitudes and I took all my vitamins.
Awesome. Sounds like a great start to the day. Um, so earlier in our Inspire hour this morning, we were talking about language, and I was sharing with Beck that I have been working on cleaning up my language. So, noticing when I am using language that is disempowering and shifting to something more empowering. And this morning, that took the form of gratitude around um, being able to get some extra rest today instead of thinking, oh, it's going to be one of those days where my body doesn't cooperate with my calendar or my intentions. um, so, um, so really looking forward to practicing that more. And I definitely caught myself this morning feeling sort of excited after the shift and shifting to think about, having the opportunity to be home and the gratitude for having a great cozy space to work and having the pups able to get some extra snuggles today. So, and then, one thing that came up when Beck was speaking was just her use of all these great feeling words, as she was describing how sometimes we label days and how she was noticing that as well. And, you know, what I loved about that was the feeling words came up in another mastermind in a call maybe last week, and just how, um, oftentimes we get to hear in these masterminds what other people are practicing and what other people are working on, and it inspires us to do the same. And then that shows up in later calls, and you can see the impact that those practices have had on people. And I think it's just really beautiful. So I just wanted to sort of open it up for any language shifts you've had recently, or anything you're practicing right now that might inspire others.
I love how you described all that and like how it's empowering versus disempowering. And sometimes, yeah, I feel like we label our feelings as either good or bad. And maybe they're not either, maybe they're feelings, right? And so acknowledging whatever the feeling is that we have, and then knowing that the once you acknowledge that you can use it to support you. um and so it's like, I think sometimes we talk about, and I especially use positive versus negative a lot in my discussions, because I use that versus good or bad. But still, negative is perceived as a bad word, right? And so all the language we use triggers feelings. And so it's allow the feelings to guide us versus how we interpret the feelings.
Mhm.
That's deep. I can't even hardly think about that so early in the morning.
Yeah, and I was also thinking about, um, the word opportunity. and how, the word opportunity in itself feels inspiring to me. And, it can be used in any of those situations where you are feeling something that you might have previously labeled as good or bad or positive or negative. And finding a word like opportunity, which is pretty universal in all of those instances, but that has that, um, it just has that essence of, um, like possibility. And I feel like it immediately makes me feel more expansive. Like, ooh, this is an opportunity. And
Mhm.
and really shifting to that more. So thinking about, okay, what am I feeling? And then where's the opportunity? And for
Mhm.
me this morning, the opportunity was having gratitude for all of the things in my life that make it possible for me to have a rest day when my body's feeling tired.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Possibilities, opportunities, you know, what's the gift in this, right? Like you were even talking about the gift of sharing that out loud is creates an opportunity, by sharing this in these masterminds. Now there's an opportunity for all of us to go about our day, just acknowledging that our feelings are there and we can use them as an opportunity to support us moving forward. So, new ways to think about it.
Absolutely. And
And I love practice too.
mhm,
Like I have a girlfriend who says life is one big experiment.
mhm,
And to me, that sounds like a lot like practicing, right? Like um, we get to experiment, we get to try things, we get to see what comes up and how we want to leverage it um, as we move forward.
mhm.
Focus forward.
And with that, we are at the top of the hour.